Hey there, welcome to day 3 of our free 30-day Get Up and Go challenge, December 2021. This is actually our 10th challenge, day 3. And today we're going to talk about wants, what you really, really want. We often struggle to be honest with ourselves and especially with other people when it comes to what we really need, what we really want in a lot of the different areas and aspects of our life. Some areas of our life we're more comfortable talking about. I am perfectly comfortable talking about what I want with respect to my business with just about anybody. But when it comes to my personal relationships, I'm going to clam up and I'm not going to share with other people what I want when it comes to, I'd say, personal, intimate relationships. So of the different areas and aspects of our life, some areas we're really comfortable in, other areas not so much. I almost never talk to anybody about my mental things, about my thoughts and my beliefs and my feelings about certain things. But we're all different, but we all have wants and desires in every area and aspect of our life. So we want a certain level of physical health. We want a certain amount of money in the bank and available to do with as we see fit. We want to feel and think a certain way. We want to have relationships that are a certain way, but we often don't communicate that to anybody. Now, our tool today is infinite possibility because it's to remind us that there are no limits to what we want. This world is made up of so many different things and so many possibilities. And if we ask ourselves, well, what do I want if there's no limits or no contingencies on what I can have, do, or be, because there aren't. What would I want? What do I really want? Now, if you were to ask 100 people, if you were to even ask 5 or 10 people what they want, they would be hard pressed to tell you. So I have a little trick that I use, and I learned it from, I don't know, probably before Lynn Grabhorn, but I definitely learned and did the exercise a lot in Lynn Grabhorn's book, Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting. She's got a workbook that goes with that book, and it's incredible. It's a lot of high level soul-searching work. Not for everybody, definitely not for everybody, but following my sudden cardiac arrest, it was really, really powerful for me to go through that book and go through those exercises. And I'm actually going through it again. I started it in 2020 when the pandemic hit because I hadn't done it for about a decade. I thought, I'm going to do these exercises again and see if I can get through it in less than a year. Well, it's been over a year and I'm still in about the middle of the book for a lot of reasons, and I could make up excuses, but I just haven't finished it yet. I haven't made it a priority. But I really like tapping in and doing an exercise here or there. And I make myself work through the whole book in order. So wherever I get stuck or stopped, I have to stay there. That's just my rule for myself. So what I learned to do from Lynn was and if you don't know what you want, if somebody asks you, and about 90% of the people, if you ask 9 out of 10 people, they won't be able to do it and just list off what they want. Some will, but that's definitely the exception, not the rule. But if you take and start listing your don't wants and then just flip those around, now you know what you want. So if I say I don't want a chubby tummy, well, what do I want? I want a fit, trim, flat, 6-pack tummy. Now, I don't really want a 6-pack tummy, but that's an example. If I say I don't want to be tired all the time, I don't want to be grumpy all the time, what's the opposite of that? I want to find ways to increase my energy, and I want to find things that make me, or I want to find and experience the feeling of happiness more often. I don't want to set a bad example for other people. So what's the opposite of that? I want to be a good example for other people, those I love and care about. What about, I don't have enough customers? Well, I want X number of customers. Pick a specific, how many customers do you really want? Could you handle 1 million customers the way you're set up now? Probably not, but maybe that is your goal. But it's not about goals. It's about what do you, just you, nobody else judging, you personally want. And then our action item today is to share in the comments below just 3 things that you want. It can be 3 big things, 3 little things. Maybe you want a caramel cake. Maybe you want a new magnifying glass for Christmas. Maybe you want your 2 front teeth. My granddaughter is getting her 2 front teeth, one of my granddaughters. And my niece has lost her 2 front teeth, so she is probably wanting her 2 front teeth. But the point is to just, no holds barred, think about and write down. I say, remember, pen and paper is our first tool, day 1. Write down in your book, what do you want? I put my December desires, because I'm not going to put my lifelong ones. So just for December, What do I want? I'm going to brainstorm those out and share 3 in the comments below. And I encourage you to do the same. If anything is possible, if there are no limits, what is it that you want? I love the word impossible, and I can't remember who it was that said it. I mean, Katharine Hepburn. It was somebody, Audrey Hepburn. Maybe it was one. It was some famous person that said, even impossible says I am possible. So anything is possible for all of us if we believe it is. So just let your imagination run wild today and think about the things that you want. When you catch yourself thinking in terms of don't wants, just flip that over and say, okay, I don't want cold coffee. Well, what I want is a nice hot cup of coffee, so I'm going to stick it in the microwave and I'm going to warm it up. But if you catch yourself saying don't wants, it's just a good practice to automatically flip it around. And before you know it, you'll be thinking of terms of possibility and the things that you want, and your self-talk will reflect that as well, more than most of our negative self-talk that's telling us all day long what we don't want, and we'll create the things we want by focusing on them instead of the things we don't want. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow for day 4 of our foundation building to get to the SOAP framework so we can automatically make changes and challenges as easy as breathing. I will be with you tomorrow. Bye.